Hey everybody, Ethan here from WordTech, back with another video for you guys. And I know it's been a while and there's a lot of questions, so that's why I'm doing a channel update. There's a lot that's been going on, and I want to let you guys know what's going on with the channel because it's been dead. And those that have followed the channel consistently, which is most of you that watch these channel updates, probably are wondering where the content went, what kind of happened. So I have an explanation for it all, as well as some future stuff to come, as well as I wanted to talk a little bit about CES, so I figured we could throw that into this video as well. So to start off, the reasoning behind us not having content on here for a while, and Wordcast has been out too, is honestly just not enough time. So life gets in the way. I've been trying to do consistent content for a long time for YouTube, and it's been stressing me out because I haven't been meeting the goals that I want to, even though I'm trying to work on it all the time. Those of you that run YouTube or that know a lot about YouTube, or run your own channels, I should say, understand what it's like, the background that goes into development of these videos and stuff like that. Even something as basic as a talking head channel update video. And you know, it's maybe hard for other people to comprehend, but you know, I work 2 more than part-time jobs, and so I get up at 6 a.m. and I leave the house at 7 and get home around 7 most days. The weekends I'm available, but I like to work on other projects and stuff, and so that's what it comes down to, is just I wanted to make video content when I originally started this channel about the stuff that I like, the stuff that I do normally anyway, but when I got into it, I didn't realize just how much work goes into an individual video, and it became challenging for me to do as much content as I wanted to do, and I was pulling back on the things I wanted to do tech-wise, to do videos about tech, which is the exact opposite of what I want this channel to be. So that's the reasoning behind the slowdown and a little bit of a break here, actually, regarding content. Regarding Wordcast, it was the same thing. There was a ton of preparation that went into Wordcast. Daniel and I would usually spend 6 hours working on the document, getting it all ready for Wordcast itself, collecting the news and whatnot, and then we'd spend all afternoon Tuesday filming it, and then I would spend all afternoon Wednesday editing it so that it could be up hopefully sometime Thursday. Editing included recording B-roll of sites and stuff like that. So you know, it was very quickly becoming like 15 hours a week, and that's a lot of time consumption when I already don't have that much. So that's the reason for Wordcast also kind of stopping. But don't worry, the channel's not dead. There is stuff that I have coming. It's just that the new format is going to be, I'm going to make videos when I feel like making videos and when I have time to make videos, and they're going to be higher quality. And that's my goal, because I felt like the quality was also dropping off. And so at this point, the reasoning behind me trying to put out as much content as I could rather than going with this format was the YouTube algorithm. I was hoping to make it successful on YouTube at some point, and so I was trying to push more and more content out because the algorithm likes to see constant uploads, consistent interaction, but it's also been tuned away from the smaller creators, and YouTube as a whole is just a crappy place for small creators at this point. You can't really gain traction very easily unless you really do have, like, you're retired or something, you have time to just dump content out constantly. And that's the issue that I ran into, is I felt demotivated because I'm getting less views on videos that I do now than I used to, thanks to the algorithm, even though I have more followers, more subscribers, and tend to have higher quality content, substantially higher quality content than the older stuff. So at this point, it's just a fun thing that I'm doing when I want to. If it turns into something bigger, that's great, but right now I just do videos. I'm going to be doing videos on really cool stuff that I want to talk about, and I'm not going to be caring about how it performs on YouTube. So that's kind of the direction that we're going with the channel, and it'll be the same way with anybody else that creates content on the channel overall, although it'll probably mostly be me that does the video work. Now, some things to come. Other content that I have coming is actually this guy right here. You see this case here. Many of you probably recognize that as the Enthu Primo. Wonderful case. I actually bought that like 5 years ago or whatever when it first launched, and I've been very, very happy with it. But then I did this weird thing with my computer setup for a while where I went straight to a laptop with a monitor and stuff, but a laptop because I was going to school and I was going to other people's houses more and stuff, so a laptop kind of made sense. And then I missed building desktops, so I ended up selling this. Then I went to another case, and another case, and another case, and basically went through all these builds and never was satisfied again. And the buddy that I sold this to was willing to trade my Enthu Evolve back for this, and it's got a custom acrylic side panel and stuff. Well, it's out again. It's only been here for a few months now, but it's time for me to move to something more epic, and so I'm quite excited. I'm going to be bringing you guys some content on the Enthu Elite. I ordered it. It'll be here on Monday. I'm filming this video on Saturday, so it'll be here on Monday. I do plan to do an unboxing video of it and a full review and a lot of build content. And that actually is a really good segue into what this channel is going to be centered around content-wise. More is going to be actually less reviews and more interesting, unique content that's one of a kind, such as build videos, such as my project build back here that I still don't have a good name for. That kind of stuff is going to be the stuff that you're going to see on the channel more often instead of the reviews of random products and stuff. Because the issue that I ran into as well is if all the big YouTubers have already reviewed something, there's not a huge point in me reviewing it because the chances of it getting high content, high viewership is really low. So a great example is like my LG 29 UM68-P. Great monitor. Nobody reviewed it. It sold a lot. I made a video review on it. Not my best work, but pretty decent content. 250,000 views. That's my best performing videos. 3 different videos I did on that monitor are my 3 best performing videos. And that's because nobody else had done it. But if I were to do a review of something that somebody else had already reviewed, such as my 4K Dell panel back here, it's not going to go anywhere, right? And also the algorithm's different now, which plays into that. So I will be doing a review of the Elite. At least that's my plan, because there's only like 2 reviews of it out there and like 1 build video. So I think it would maybe 2. So I think it would be a good idea to do that because it's such a unique piece of hardware. And I did manage to order the last one that Amazon and Newegg have. Both of them saying they're not sure if they're ever going to get it again, which is interesting. Performance PCs still has it, but I think they order it from Fantex, who also still has it in stock, but they only have the gray one, Fantex. Anyway, kind of weird stuff going on. Who knows, maybe they're going to quit making it because it is like almost a 2-year-old case at this point. But it is a pretty awesome case, and I'm very, very excited to have it. I guess that kind of sums up what's happening with the channel and where the content's been. Now, I do want to talk about a couple more things here. The website, this build in particular, and the whole setup kind of as a whole, and CES. So I'll just do it in that order. So regarding the website, the plan is to start putting content on there more. I do have a better chance of gaining some traction there, doing tech news content, maybe full reviews and stuff on there. So the plan is to kick off content on there again right before CES so that we can also add CES content to there. Daniel will be one of the writers, and we're also bringing in some other writers at some point. And that actually brings up a policy change that I'll talk about at the very end of this video. But anyway, the plan is to actually make the website have active content because that's something I enjoy doing, and it doesn't take the same amount of time as doing full review videos and stuff. Video work takes a ton of time. Regurgitating news isn't as challenging, or doing even written reviews isn't as challenging as this, isn't as time consuming, and also is a little bit slower paced. I don't have to worry about the algorithm and all that fun stuff. I can just do it on my own time when I feel like it. So that's the plan regarding that, is the website should kick off with some content again soon. That's something I've been wanting to do. And so now to talk about this build here, I've got some pretty great stuff coming up. So you guys that are still watching obviously already know I ordered the Elite. In this case, this system will be getting swapped in there. But any of you that follow the channel consistently know that I've been an air cooling guy for a really long time. And part of that was because this is a production machine that I need up and running most of the time. It's also my storage server, my Plex server, my MB server, my backups, everything. This machine is basically my only machine that does anything around here. And then I have a laptop that I take on my go. It's part of why it has such high-end componentry. Well, I do have a lot of epic plans for it this year. Now, my plan is to swap everything into the Elite and then wait a little while, but around April time frame, my goal is to go ahead and do a custom loop in here, along with some other stuff. Well, not in here in the Elite, obviously, but with these parts. And to give you a brief rundown of the parts, because some of you might not know, I do have a 1950X with an ASRock motherboard, 128 gigs of RAM, an Optane SSD, 40 terabytes of hard drive space, and 2 GTX 1080 Ti's, Founders Editions. So that's really brief spec rundown. So what I plan to add to the system this year, aside from the water cooling though, is I'm going to get a bigger Optane drive because this one's only 280 gig and I'm running out of space. I'm going to be getting a couple of 2 terabyte SATA SSDs for game storage, a 2 terabyte NVMe SSD for editing videos because I still do that some, obviously. and then alongside some more hard drives and a capture card and other stuff like that. So it's pretty exciting stuff coming up with this build here, and the water cooling is going to be really special. It's going to be a really amazing build, and I'm excited for it. It's been a dream of mine for a very long time to build a build this powerful that's also water cooled. I've been avoiding the water cooling for about 4 years because I just never felt like it made sense to dump the money into that when I'm still trying to build this up. But now I'm at a point where the specs are getting pretty crazy on here, and considering what I plan to add to it this year, the most expensive spec upgrade is going to be probably a 32 core Threadripper, because I would like more CPU power, just because this is doing so much all the time, right? And so that's, other than the other things I listed to you guys, that's the expensive upgrade. So the water cooling should be able to fit into that this year, and I'm very, very excited to bring you guys content on that. So there'll be a build with that. I'm also getting some more monitors and stuff like that. May do content on those, may not. I'm really not sure yet. And then to talk about that last thing, the policy change around here, something that I decided that I'm going to adjust with the way WordTech works, and I'll have something written up a little more specific about it. But everybody that does content for WordTech, they're not employees, right? You know, I don't hire people, but yet. Anybody that does content for WordTech, the rule has basically been you're not allowed to have stock in tech companies, and you're not allowed to have a cryptocurrency. And the reasoning for that is if we get big enough, we could have an influence over the market, especially a market as volatile as cryptocurrency. So I didn't really want people to have incentive about that, right? And so that's why I've changed the policy on this now, though. That's why I had that policy put in place. But I've changed it because I felt like we're not big enough to make a difference right now, and we can always readjust the policy later. Now, I still don't want people that do work for us owning cryptocurrency. That's just not something I'm really okay with because of how crazy volatile the market can be, and one little thing can throw a wrench and stuff. But tech stock is totally fine now. And so people that do content here that maybe have stock in AMD or Intel or something like that, totally acceptable. That's something that I am saying is perfectly okay now. So that's the change, really. And we're just going to make it very clear in the About Us, like our members page on WordTech, once we get all this stuff sorted out, make it very clear who owns stock in what. And also we're going to have a disclaimer in content that is relevant to the stock the person owns. So like I own some stock in AMD. So we're going to make it very clear on the site when I write an article, if it has any relation to Intel, NVIDIA, or AMD, and maybe even going as far as places like Qualcomm and stuff, although they're not direct competitors yet. But even competitors, right? Even though I only have stock in AMD, not Intel, NVIDIA, put a disclaimer in there that I own that stock. Now, the idea, we're still going to be completely unbiased, of course, right? But it's like, I want people to know that there is that there. Now, it's not like I own a significant amount of AMD stock. It's not like I have a ton or anything. It's kind of just to play around and have fun, but it is something that I'm allowing now, and we'll just make it very clear to you guys when that's the case. So anyway, a little bit longer video than I expected, actually, and I don't know what date this is being uploaded, but I am recording this on January 5th, just for those of you that are watching it later, or if I get it uploaded later. Pretty excited for some of the stuff that I'm bringing you guys, though. I'll probably have some coverage on the Anthu Elite within a week or two, something like that. But, you know, like I said, it's just kind of however things go is how things go, and I'm not doing this for anything but fun anymore. I'm not trying to turn it into a business right now. It's just too stressful for me and not enough time, and it was being not fun, so the content quality was going down. I wasn't enjoying it. You know, I made this channel update video so late because I didn't feel like making videos, but today I was like, you know what, I kind of want to make a video, so I'm going to sit down and do this. So that's kind of the method that I'm going by, and that's what I'm going to stick with, and I think that you guys will end up liking it in the end, and it's just fun project work, because I also almost feel like I can't stay away from it. These last 3 weeks that I haven't been doing content have felt very weird, and I've been wanting to do more again. So it's not something that I think I'm just going to move away from completely, because that doesn't really fit me very well either. So it's just going to be kind of going with the flow, whatever I feel like doing, and maybe it'll turn into something fun someday. If new platforms come out that compete with YouTube, we'll be right on top of those, though, too. I love uploading to multi-platform. The problem is Twitter video isn't anything yet, really. Facebook video, I hate Facebook, so I'm not going to upload there. And Vimeo costs money. So any proper competitors to YouTube will be something that I'll push for and that we'll push for. Anyway, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the channel and this new format that we're kind of doing. Also, leave a comment and let me know if there's certain content you're interested in seeing. If you like the idea of us going towards more build videos and projects and stuff like that and less review focused. And then also, of course, there's all the links in the description down there to our Patreon if you are interested in that. But then also like our website that has all the news articles and stuff like that on it. Other channels that we don't do much on right now, but might in the future, and other links to social media contacts like Twitter and stuff like that. So anyway, I'll see you all in the next one, and thank you so much for watching.